Hey guys, it's FishJackson here from Knowledgeable Audio, bringing you a massive tutorial right here on ADSRsounds.com. So today we're going to be talking about what I like to call the last sub-bass patch you will ever need. And the reason why I say that is because it's a really versatile sub-bass patch that allows for a lot of harmonic tweaking right at the tip of the macros. And it's personally one of my favorite patches I've ever made, and I use it in all my productions. So let's go ahead and jump right in. As you can see, I have it in front of us right now, but we're going to go ahead and make it from scratch so you can follow along. Below, I've duplicated the track and I have an initialized massive setup. So it's important to note that we're going to be playing at F1, the note of F1, which is in the sub range. So you're going to need good headphones or good monitoring to accurately hear this tutorial. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first oscillator is going to be a sine wave. We're also going to drop that pitch down an octave by holding Alt on PC or Command on Mac. There we go, nice and thick already. Oscillator 2 is going to be a smooth square. We're going to bring the wavetable position all the way to the left. That way we have the least amount of harmonics coming from it as possible. In addition to that, we're going to blend it in even more by bringing the amp down until it's barely audible. So about right there sounds good. Okay, so the next part of this sound is probably the most important part of this patch. Is going to be the filter routing. We're going to route oscillator 1 to filter 1, oscillator 2 to filter 2, both of which will be low pass 4 filters with no resonance. Now, in order to hear this correctly, you're going to need filter 2's volume all the way to be up to begin with. And for true parallel, see that one's going to 1, this is going to 2, you're going to need to be listening to the middle of them. So you're going to be listening, set the mix fader to the middle by double clicking, or you can just bring it down if you want. There we go. So already we've got a nice beefy sub. I'm going to go ahead and clear macro 1 and start setting up our macros because this is the key part of the sound. We're going to drag macro 1 to the first cutoff filter and we're just going to bring it up a little bit and we're going to call this low cutoff. And this is going to directly control how much of the sine wave harmonics we're letting through. Very nice and clean. Right below it, I'm going to go ahead and grab that macro and set it on cutoff of filter 2. I'm going to set the position right there. I'm going to set it a little bit higher, around between 11 and 12. And I'm going to bring that all the way up. And I'm going to call this high cutoff. And this one is going to directly allow how much high frequency content that the smooth square is allowing. There we go. Very subtle, but that's what we want with this. When we're adding extra harmonics, we want to make it very subtle. I'm also going to bring the low pass cutoff down a little bit in filter 1. There we go, just so it's a little bit deeper. Okay, great. While we're already looking at it, let's go ahead and set start via gate on. That way that each time we trigger a note, the phase is going to be aligned and it's going to be the same. We're going to want this in this sub patch because that's what sub bass is all about most of the time. Consistency and how solid it is. You want it real solid. So we're going to go ahead and enable that. While we're over here in the sections, we're going to go ahead and enable our fourth envelope, which is already to the amp. And I like my sub bass patch kind of smooth, so I'm going to just smoothen it out with the attack a little bit. Right there sounds pretty good, and I'm going to make it even smoother just by bringing the attack level down a little bit. There we go, really smooth. Shouldn't get any clicking with that necessarily. Okay, great. Next we're going to go ahead and move on to the effects. Effects 1 is going to be a classic tube. We're going to have the dry wet all the way up. We're going to bring the drive all the way down because we're going to macro it. Macro 2. And bring that up. We're going to call this tube. Okay, great. So already we have this. Actually, I'm not going to have it go that high. About right there sounds good. There we go, perfect. Also for the EQ, I'm just going to go ahead and boost the low a little bit, low shelf. I'm also going to apply a little bit of boost at a low frequency, just to give even more. Last, I'm going to kill the high shelf, bring it all the way down. There we go, great. Next, for insert 1, we're going to select parabolic shaper, have the dry wet up a little bit. Actually, we're going to have parabolic shaper for insert 2 as well, so let's go ahead and set that up. And for your routing, you're going to make sure that insert 1 comes directly after filter 1. That way the sine is affected by the parabolic, and then insert 2 is going to be after both of them right there. So we're going to take macro 6, apply it to the drive of that, and then take macro 7, apply it to the drive of the second insert, and we're going to name these drive 1 and drive 2 respectively. Okay, great. So we already have this. Really subtle, but it really adds the extra harmonics that you need. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go to our voicing tab, turn our max voicing all the way down to 1, and make it so it's not polyphonic, but monophonic. I'm also going to enable legato triller as well, so we can do trills on it. Now, the glide time between that's kind of fast. So I'm going to go over here to the oscillator tab, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm also going to macro that as well. Macro that and just bring it up a little bit. There we go. Nice slide right there. Nice smooth slidey sub. Label that glide. Okay. In the modulate oscillator, we're going to enable phase on oscillator 2. And we're going to bring it up just a little bit with a macro. And that's just if you want to add just a little bit extra characteristic to your sound. Not much at all, but just a little bit. Subtlety is the key for doing things like this. And last but not least, for the macros, we're going to apply 1 to the pitch of each of these oscillators that we have. And we're going to drag up on them to make them go up 2 octaves. Just for a classic, pitch bend effect. I like doing this like as in the demo in the beginning. It's great to pitch up. I'm going to call that exactly that, pitch up. There we go, great. So as you can see, we have a pretty thick sub already. Pretty nice and thick. I'm pretty sure that's all we're going to be doing today. Like I said, it's pretty simple, but it's also really crucial to getting that nice clean sound. Nice clean. We can go through and add harmonics and change the cutoff and just perfect for your own flavor of sub. So let's go ahead and play it back and see how it sounds. Great. So that's it for the sub patch right there. You can check this out. This is part of our product, Dubstep Terror. You can find it on ADSRsounds.com. This should be a link in the description. And I think I'm also going to go over some sub tips as well, just some extra processing to give some help to everyone else. So as you can see, I have the sub bass right here. I'm getting that instant glide just by using the glide we've set up with a difference of a 64th note. There we go. So it glides through that. Also, as you can see, it's routed to our sub bass chain. The only thing on this is a compressor for side chaining to the kick. But it's routed to my sub bass chain. And we're gonna go there. On the sub bass chain, you can find a saturator. And it's pretty much on the default soft sine settings, no drive, nothing done. Just drag it on, already makes a big difference as you can listen. And that's not even doing anything. Also, I went ahead and modeled it all the way by using a utility and dragging it down. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's the pack right there. I want to thank you for watching the tutorial. You can pick up Dubstep Terror, our product, at ADSRsounds.com. And don't forget to subscribe to ADSR Sounds YouTube channel for more awesome free tutorials. Later, guys.